What's up, everyone? How you doing? I hope you're doing amazing. Welcome to the Luke Mind Power Podcast. This is the number one motivational podcast in the world, and I am so blessed and grateful to be with a phenomenal person, someone who is going to inspire you so much. Yet he's pretty young, and I got some beautiful, precious time that I spent with this person when I was living in the Shaolin Temple in China. His name is Sacha. And he's just an extraordinary young man, and he's going to change the world. He's going to inspire you and motivate you. And we've got a lot of stories we're going to share with you as well about our experience in the Shaolin Temple. And I'm going to, give you a bit. Yeah, you're going to learn why this person is so amazing. So I'm super excited to welcome Sacha to the Luke Mind Power podcast. So Sacha, welcome,
thank
man.
you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
my English is not really good, but I give my best.
Bro, your English is perfect, man. I know a lot of people that don't have English as your first language. They always seem to doubt that we can communicate really well in English. And it's like, man, you speak them perfect. We can understand you so well. I know this because I used to do the same thing with Polish. Polish is my second language. And I used to always say the same thing. And it's always the state of mind of what you think, right? When I was in Poland, people would say to me, oh my God, you speak so well in Polish. And I'm like, nah. I used to always say, nah, I don't, I can say a few things and my pronunciation's good, but I don't know everything. I don't know the whole language, right? But now I changed that mindset to actually, yeah, I do speak really well in Polish. Some words I can't figure it out, but actually I do speak really well. I do.
Okay.
I used to think, oh no, I can't. And so when you think you can't, or you keep saying that, but you speak well, bro.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah. Hey, so thanks for spending some time with us today, man. But most importantly, bro, every time I connect with you, we've been connected since November 2019, and every time you're the type of person that when I connect with you, even if it's been 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, it's like we spoke yesterday.
Yeah.
It's like you're my little brother, and it's like, how you doing, man? What's going on?
Yeah. But like nowadays with Instagram, all that stuff, it's really much easier to stay in touch. So
yeah, it's pretty good.
With all the pictures, everything.
Yeah. Hey, so tell us a little bit about yourself, man. What are you doing? Where do you live? Let people know. Because there's a lot of people going, who's this Sacha guy?
Yeah. So real quick, we meet each other at the temple in China, at the Shaolin Temple. And since that day, now how many? It's like 2 years since we left the temple, man. Something like that.
2019 November. I left in February 2020.
Yeah. So you want me to explain what I did? What was the reason why I went to China and what I did since that?
Or man, first just tell us who you are. Who are you? Where do you live? What are you?
Okay, so I'm 22 and I live in Switzerland.
Yeah, that's mad. Yeah. Sick, man. Yeah,
that's it actually.
All right. So what do you do? And what are you doing now? Because I've seen you wearing military clothes and stuff like that.
Yeah. I decided to just go, to the Swiss Army. So I'm doing the army in Switzerland. And nothing very special. I'm in the army now since over a year now.
Yep.
And I just got the rank officer now. So
congratulations, man.
Thank you. So that's obviously awesome. in other countries it's pretty high, it's like a big rank, but in the Swiss Army it's pretty easy to get that rank,
Yeah.
So
yeah, you got high standards. That's why you say it's easy. It's like, man.
No.
You're going to be a general soon.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah. So what inspired you to go to the army?
You want me do you want the real reason?
Yeah, bro. Come on, man.
The real reason is I wanted to do something I don't like.
Yeah.
And try to find pleasure in doing something I'm not liking. So that was the whole experience. The whole experience. I don't know. I had the feeling I really want to try something I really hate. Wake up early, have people insulting you, people judging you, people saying you what to do, what time to eat, what time to go to bed. Everything is strict, and I really hate that because I'm more someone in the temple, a free person, meditate when I want, do what I want when I want. So I decided really to change my lifestyle, go really out of my comfort zone and just try to like something I don't like. It sounds crazy a little bit, but that was the main idea actually.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful, man. And you know, the more that you train your mind to do and be comfortable with being uncomfortable, that's where you really build a lot of like muscle
Yeah,
of confidence and stress, that you can handle shit, man. Like you can do things that your mind will tell you you can't do. And that's really what stops most people from living their best life, living their dreams, because they always believe or think that they can't do it.
yeah.
You
No,
know?
but I had really great experiences because the first 18 weeks you work as a recruit and a soldier, you know. So you have people of your age telling you what to do, and
Mm,
after that you can do a small formation like of 4 weeks, and then afterwards you the boss and you have those 40 recruits under you and you teaching them the way, you know. And I
mm,
remember one day they were all in front of me, everybody was like in a way crying because it was really hard. And then I told them something that helped me in when I was at their place, you know.
mm-hmm.
Does it make sense what I just said?
Yeah.
And they were all like in this difficult how to say, difficult moment, like not at home, not, they have all type of addictions, you know. They have like, they want to play movies, they want to smoke, they want to, I don't know, whatever they want to do, you know, see
Yep.
their
Yep.
girlfriends. But
Yep.
in that moment you can, all your addictions, you cannot put you cannot do whatever you want to do, so that's
Yeah.
really hard.
Wow.
So yeah, so I told them actually, like, what always helped me, I don't know if you know, there's a runner, his name is do you know Eliot Kipchoge or not?
No.
He's like the guy who run the marathon on the 2 hours.
Oh yeah, he's a African.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
he's my biggest inspiration because, you know, when you do something in life, it's always getting pretty hard, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do in life, that's what I'm, it's going to be hard. Like if you want to work somewhere, you still have to wake up, even though it's the easy job, you know, but you still have to wake up, get ready, you know, you still have your body, you still hungry, you still tired and all that. But that guy, what he's doing great is when life is getting hard, so when he's running, and he's running at such a high tempo, you know, so his heart is like, how to say it, like um how you say, he's like at 180, 200,
Mm,
how you
mm, mm,
say that,
mm. Yeah.
like the pulse,
Beats
how
per minute.
the, yeah, the beats per minute is like, and he's still managing when he's hitting 150, and then he's moving like after 10, 20 minutes moving into 180, like he's smiling into the pain, you know, and he's like and he's smiling less because he's running 2 hours, so he's running 2 hours and smiling 2 hours even though he has so much pain, you know.
Mm,
And that's what I told my, like my soldiers, I told them, like, even though it's hard right now, and even though life is not easy and all that, but try to smile and try to abort all the problems with happiness, and that's how you're going to manage it. And you know what, afterwards I told them, you don't have to listen what I'm saying, but if you want, you can. So, and afterwards, like, three soldiers came to me and they asked me if they can talk to me, and I said of course. And they told me that what I told them like really helped them at that moment. And so
mm.
I was really happy just even to have one person, you know. So
Yeah, man, that's amazing. You know, you makes me reminds me of my group coaching platform. You know, I have a program that I help people go through and like build self-confidence and self-love, and build a strong connection with themselves as well, overcome their fears and doubts and their pain, their trauma, their past, their insecurities and stuff like that. And this is exactly what happens is, as they join this community at the beginning, it's uncomfortable, it's overwhelming, it's stressful, it's like exciting at the same time. But then once you start seeing the work and you start seeing what other people are doing, you're like, oh my goodness, you know, there's a bit of fear, right? But then what happens after 4 weeks, because there's always new people coming, you become the leader. You become the person that looks at that new person that just joined and says, hey, I know how you feel, and it's going to be okay, right? And you start to become that you know, you have a bit of confidence in yourself because you've gone through the process. And that's like what I'm relating to, like what you're doing as well, which is amazing, because at the beginning you were that guy. You know, you were the guy that was at the beginning, that was just starting, that was like, oh my god, this is freaking hard and blah blah blah. And you had other people that were in, you know, leadership roles when you started, you know. So I'm hearing you, man. It's powerful, and that's where you really grow a lot. And the fact that you could help 3 people just by sharing with them a bit of a different mindset,
yeah,
it's pretty amazing, man. But
yeah,
while you were speaking, you know, I felt so like, just like when I'm in your presence, you know, your energy is just so good, bro. It's like you know, it's like
thank you, but no, I
I
have the
swear,
same with
like
you.
it's for real. It's so awesome just to hang out, you know. Like I've when we were living in China in the temple, like, let's tell people how we used to communicate, right? So the one thing that we used to say all the time was like, you know, we used to ask each other, how are you, you know, and like we used to always say, oh, I'm fantastic, you know, I'm amazing, you know, and we would use these big words, right? And over time, that created a real like positive exchange of energy between us constantly. And so like, how positive was the experience for you in the Shaolin Temple?
Yeah, it was amazing. I have because I also have like, because I was asking myself in the temple, does it really help? You know, even you don't not feeling good to say I'm doing good, I'm doing incredible, you know, but it's actually impressive how much it can change your day. Because, for example, when I wake up at the army at 5 o'clock in the morning, like every day, and we are like 15 in the room, and the first thing I hear is like someone who don't want to wake up, and he's like, "Oh fuck me, man, fuck that. I don't want to wake up." So after like 1 2 weeks of hearing that guy every single morning saying every time the same stuff, it's like I felt like I had, how to say, I couldn't breathe. It was like, that's so heavy. I don't want to hear him. It's so hard for me to wake up. I don't need someone else putting his energy on me, you know.
Yeah.
So one day I told him, so listen, let's just say in the morning, even you don't feel so, let's just start with something positive, you know. I just say once, and he still reminds me. I just said once, and afterwards we still started the day like with bad energy. But the one time I told him that, still now today, even though it's like 6 weeks, 6 months ago now, we're still talking about that day. He's still talking to me about that day when I told him, just say like, oh, what a beautiful day, instead of saying, bro, I don't want to wake up, fuck this day, fuck the army, fuck my life, fuck everything, you know.
So I think you need to take what we did at the Shaolin Temple and to implement it into
Yeah,
your
I tried because
yeah,
what
man.
you showed me, what you, because it was your idea actually at the temple. So yeah, I really learned something from that.
Yeah, but it's contagious, man. And like even living with Zanoon, who was my roommate, and
Yeah.
every morning when we would wake up and we would just ask each other the question, oh, Zanoon. But like at the beginning, I think we did it as a joke, you know, because it was
Yeah.
funny. Like we're just like, hey, Zanoon, how are you? And he'd be like, oh, I'm fantastic.
Oh, I'm doing amazing. Oh,
You know,
yeah,
and then he's like, how are you? And I was like, well, I'm fantastic as well, because I can't not be, you know. You say you're
yeah.
fantastic, and then that then came outside, and then every time when we were lining up, we would be walking around saying, you know, how are you? And we'd be like, yeah, I'm fantastic, you know, I'm amazing. And it
Yeah.
became a bit of a joke, but at the same time it then eventually just became normal. So every time we would speak, it would always be saying positive things to each other, you know. So that was pretty amazing. But let's just quickly talk about the Shaolin Temple so that people can just get an understanding of why we went there, what's the power in it, what did we learn, and what did you get out of it, and do you want to continue to learn Kung Fu? Why is it so important to you, and do you want to go back to the Shaolin Temple if it ever opens again?
Wow, there's so many questions, but I'm gonna answer the last one. If it's open again, I would go immediately over there. But I'm still living this kung fu spirit every day in my life. So every day I wake up, I think about that place, or I think about the persons I met there, or anything I learned there, I use in my life today. So I can say that for sure. I
What's
don't
the
know, how is
best?
it for you?
What's the best? Well, yeah, bro. Honestly, if it opened again, I would love to go back for a couple of weeks, because it's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, just the
it's amazing. Yeah,
energy, the environment, the peace, the stress sometimes, the laughing, the pushing,
yeah.
screaming at each other. Jayo.
Chayo, yeah, Chayo. To the recruits I was saying them that word when I were doing push-ups, and everybody was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I don't want to." I said Chayo, and like 30 guys or 40 guys of age of 20 were saying Chayo,
Yeah,
Chayo.
yeah, that's mad.
Yeah,
So just for anyone who's listening, every morning, every time we would start our training sessions, we would train 7 hours per day. So we would do 3.5 hours in the morning and 3.5 hours in the afternoon. And before we would start our training, we would stretch for about 20 minutes, and then we would go for a run around the temple. How many laps would we do? 10 or 20?
like before stretching, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, the
I don't
running.
think it was that many. I think honestly, I would say like 6, 7.
Yeah. Okay. So we would run, but while we were running, we would scream at each other and we would say "Jayo," like we would scream at the top of our lungs. And basically what that meant was it like, come on, like keep going, like let's
Yeah,
go.
keep going. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So we would scream at each other. So that's the one thing that, before I ask you this question, I'll answer it. The one thing that I loved about this environment was the teamwork, the camaraderie, the support, the pushing. Like when someone was going slow, you would scream at them and go, come on, you can do it, and just the support of, meeting new people and being surrounded by people doing this kind of experience, because it was uncomfortable. It was hard to, like the power stretching, I haven't stretched like that in my life. And after 6 or 7 weeks, like I was able to touch the floor with, like, by bending down and touching the floor. I've never been flexible. I'm freaking 6'2", you know? But for you, man, like what's the like 2 things that you loved about it and why you would recommend it to people? Why is it so powerful, man?
Mm, I
Well, why do
think
you love it? Why do you love it?
I think why it's the reason why it's so powerful is because the second you decide to make the step and go over there, that's already that, or there's already a big change in you. You know what I mean? So if I decide to I have a lot of fears, a lot of problems, or it don't have to be always problems. But I think if you make the step to go over there, that's already like a big thing, I think,
Yeah.
So I would say for me, like just to decided to make the step and to say I make the step and I really did it, and I really went there. That's something I'm very, very thankful, just
Yeah. Well,
to listen to my inner voice and just,
yeah.
you know,
Well,
yeah,
I think something magical happens when you start to take action and do things that you've never
yeah,
done before, or that you feel
exactly.
called to do. And I mean, I didn't know I was going to end up there, but I just felt called to do it. It felt right, But being there in this environment, what is the thing that you love about it? Like, what is it? What was it? Is it the training? Is it the people that you meet? What is it? The meditation, the speeches from Shifu, the performances that we had to do, like
um,
meditating in the sun.
I gonna give you an easy answer. Okay, I would say everything.
Yeah, I know there's so
Like
much,
the
and
whole
it's,
package.
yeah.
It's like so
Sleeping on
difficult
the
for me to
wooden
say.
bed,
Yeah,
sleeping
why
on.
not? Why not? It's like, why not? It was so nice. I really love it.
Yeah, I like the fact that it was uncomfortable.
Yeah, and yeah, I remember you told me that you didn't expect like this experience to meet so many people.
No,
Like
man.
you thought you're gonna be like more alone or something, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't expect it at all. And when I first got there, I went to the main temple and I was lost. And Shifu saw me. He's like, Kung Fu or something. And I was like, yeah. And then he took me and he brought me in.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's amazing how it changed my life so much, man. It was like
yeah, same.
exactly what I needed for me to like open my heart and to become this person who I am today. It
Yeah,
taught me so much, man. And
you
especially
know.
when, yeah, tell
Yeah.
me.
No, but yeah, because now I have answers. That's why. But everything I'm doing now, I'm thinking of this, and all the people calling me the Shaolin, the Chinese guy, or every time. So everything I decided that in China, everything I started life, I'm gonna go to the end, and I'm not gonna give up. So that's why when I'm in the army, I'm reaching officer. I don't want to stop before.
Mm,
Like we had like exercises like walking 100 kilometers, even more. We had like driving bike the whole day, like mountains up and down, all that stuff. And every time my mind, I'm using the image of the runner, so the guy that never gives up and is still smiling.
mm,
I have this tattoo here, that's my main motivation, like Shaolin Kung Fu.
mm,
And I'm visualizing those both worlds and my happiness, everything. And I can do everything in life.
mm.
Yeah, sorry. So because I had the answer now, sorry.
Yeah, that's
But
that's
you were saying,
powerful stuff, man.
yeah,
And it's mental. That's why I always say everything is mental. Everything is in your mind. If
yeah,
your mind tells you that you can't do it, or if your mind tells you to go back to sleep, if your mind tells you that you're not smart enough or that it's too hard, if you're not strong enough, then you'll listen to the mind.
Yeah.
You know, so again, everything is mental. And I think learning, especially like some of the kung fu forms, like I can't remember which form it was, but it took me like 2 months to learn. It was one of the longer ones.
Which one? Miroch one, maybe.
Mm, yeah, maybe. There was another one. What's the other? There was another one that we were learning. I can't remember.
I know. You
Yeah.
mean like Wubuch one? No.
Nah, I
Leroch
can't.
one. Which one was? Is it Miroch one? Like the specialty of Shifu?
It
Like
was a long one. It was a long one, but I just can't remember which one it was. But man, honestly, I remember learning it, and finally, when I got it right, after 2 months, I had this
yeah.
moment while I was walking around in the temple and we were practicing, and I just got emotional, you know, because I was like, wow, like I never gave up, and I kept trying to learn it and learn it and learn it and learn it, even though it was so frustrating because it was so hard to remember. It also tests your memory. And that's the thing that I realized, like when I first started there and I got there, you know, that was my first quote on Instagram. It was, don't be afraid to be a beginner.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea where I was. I didn't know what I was doing. And then you start to learn, and it's like, you think you can't do it, but then you're just in that environment every day, and you're learning every day, and you're practicing every day. And like for the first 2 weeks, it's kind of cool because you don't know anything, and you kind of get treated as if like, it's okay, you're just learning, you don't know what you're doing, so don't worry about it. But then slowly, as you progress, you have to start paying attention, because you have to learn it, because you should know it. After a month, you have to perform in front of the masters, Shifu, and that. And if you don't know it, you look stupid, because you're like, man, you're here, you have to learn it. You know, so
Exactly. Yeah.
there's a bit of pressure as well, you know what I mean? And even getting in front of people to perform your kung fu was out of my comfort zone as well, but I did it, you know. And I think that
I remember. I remember.
yeah, these whole experiences was part of my growth as well, of my own confidence in
Yeah.
myself. So there's so many aspects of this experience that's really powerful in terms of being self-confident. Would you agree?
Yeah, of course. I remember. I'm visualizing you on the stage doing wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, man.
You're giving
Um,
everything you have. Huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
shivers, man. We were doing it. It's pretty amazing, man.
Yeah.
I would love to go back, you know, but given the situation, the circumstances with what's happening in China and stuff, it's obviously. I saw that Lucas is doing something in Poland.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah. He asked me to go there, but I don't have the time to go there. But I think
yeah,
it would be nice to meet everybody again from the temple. You know.
yeah. I mean, obviously, if he's gonna open a temple there, or have a thing there, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
To visit and to stay with him for a week or two or whatever it is. So I wish him all the best with that, because that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. Yeah, man. So what else is going on?
Mm.
You on holidays now?
Yeah. I have 1 week holidays now. I'm I gonna on Monday. I'm gonna have big responsibility in my life because for the next 4 months of my life, I'm gonna have like a how do you say a group of 30 to 50 people, and I'm gonna be 4 months with them and bring them from recruits to soldier. You know?
So you're fully taking like this leadership role, man.
Yeah, exactly. And now I have even higher rank now because I just got promoted officer like 2 weeks ago. So now I have like under officers under me, and I'm telling them what to do. And so it's gonna be like a lot of responsibility, but I'm gonna try to how to say to make the best out of it. You know?
You know, man, you're going to be a powerful leader in
Yeah,
the future. Like I can see it, because you did this in the temple. Now you're doing this in the army. Excuse me, in the army. So, you know, and that's why, like, it doesn't matter about what's going to happen in 5 years' time or 10 years' time, but given the quality of who you are and what you're doing, no matter what it is where you end up, you're going to be in a really successful and powerful position, you know, in 10 years' time, man. And I'm excited for you. I'm excited to see, you know, where you're going to be at and what you're going to be doing, because I can see like what you're doing. It's pretty amazing and very inspiring, man.
thank you so much.
And you know, this is what, like, separates, you know, the people that, you know, become ultra successful and the people who don't, because it's like doing this kind of stuff. Like when I was 22, bro, I was in debt already. I was living in Hong Kong. I lived there for 7 months and I was selling perfume in a warehouse. And I didn't have a purpose. I didn't really have a lot of self-confidence at all. Didn't have any, actually. I knew how to sell on eBay perfumes. That's what I knew how to do. Communicate. And I mean, all my customer service skills and my emails and writing and stuff like that started from working on eBay. So I learned a lot of that with, like, it's amazing what I do now in terms of coaching and helping people. But I learned a lot of that stuff back then, but I wasn't confident in myself back then. So how do you feel in terms of your own level of self-confidence? And what do you think is the key to mastering self-confidence in yourself? Because it sounds like you have it all together, bro. It's like, how did this happen?
Oh, no.
What did your parents do to you?
I think I think honestly, like the people who are listening to what we're saying right now, I'm not sure if they're going to agree with what you say, but thank you so much. But I think I still have a long way to do. And
I know you do, but what do
that's the
you
reason
think?
I'm
What do
taking
you
like
think
this.
has gotten you this to this level at such an early age, like doing what you're doing? Because you're stepping into constant leadership positions in whatever it is
Yeah.
that you do.
Yeah. But that's what I'm searching, like, because I'm scary of, talking in front of 100 people, 200 people. So that's what I'm searching. So now my next job
You're
at
going to
the
do
army
that.
is going to be really tough. Imagine I have like 50 people in front of me and I'm telling them what to do.
Yeah,
Like
this is
I
who
can
you
take,
are.
I have like a cap. If I take the cap and throw it on the floor, like everybody has to go on the floor, and then we do push-ups together.
Yeah. So you have to respect your leadership position as well.
Of course, because that's also what I'm really really like, because you have so much power. You can say to someone, run 500 meters and come back. You have 1 minute, or go touch the tree over there and come back. You can do all that type of shit. But that's not what I
Don't
want to do.
abuse your position. That's what I mean.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't want to abuse it. I really want to. My goal is after those 4 months that the soldiers just become soldiers, want to do more with the army, and they want to push themselves even more and don't go at home and say it. Fuck the army. Fuck, it's all bullshit. It's like everybody was saying it's the same. I really want gonna try to change something, in the way of leading, So yeah.
Hey, so do you have a vision, like where you want to be in like 5 years or 10 years, or are you just kind of taking it day by day?
No, I have a vision, but
Yeah,
I
tell
don't
me
know
then.
if I can say it.
Why can't you say it? Tell me. Tell us.
Yeah. Like my goal or what?
Yeah, man. Come on.
Yeah. Let's let's say I'm taking it day by day then.
Yeah, that's all right. That's fine.
Yeah. No,
That's
I
cool,
actually I
man.
have a goal, but it's like we'll see.
You know what? You tell us on the next episode. Keep people in suspense. In 12 months, we'll do another, or in 18 months, we'll do another interview, and you'll go, that goal I was telling you about, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, so
Yeah.
I remember one thing when we were in the Shaolin Temple, and we'll finish up on this. But you shared with me something that I found was really interesting that we didn't really talk too much about. But obviously, there's a reason why we feel so connected, communicate, we support each other. We felt like we can speak about anything, and the conversation was always very easy with you, and we're always very positive and open-minded, right? And you mentioned something to me about your parents in terms of, I don't know if it was the religion or the way that they raised you in the belief system or whatever it is. But I was wondering if you could like touch on that so that we can learn from you and understand like the mindset of like the way that you think and live, because I found it to be really open-minded and just, you never had a negative thing to say about anyone. It was just like, very neutral.
Yeah. Like I give you the best example. I'm doing like I was in China, right? Doing my stuff. My small brother is in a school where he's learning how to acting school. Yeah. And my big brother is a musician. So
Yep.
we all three do some things that is not so much like the world is telling you to do. Like at 20, you have to start doing a bachelor. At 25, you have to do a master. Then you have to marry at 30, have kids by 33, then have a family, have a house, all that. My parents are not in that system, they are more like, do what you think is the best for you, like we say in the temple, like to try to be the best version of yourself,
Yeah.
follow your intuition, follow your dreams actually, and do everything for them. And my parents, they always told us, if they see we do everything for our dreams, then they're gonna how to say motivate us and to do what we are doing, so
To
that's
be happy
basically it.
for you.
Yeah, so I told my mom after, I want to go to the temple. Like honestly, like 3-4 hours later, we booked the whole thing,
That's
so
mad, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that, bro. That's what, I feel parenting is about. It's about having that open mind and an open approach to, you being able to discover your own truth and discover who it is that you really are, and yeah, become the best version of yourself. And that's what really a parent is. It's like a guide to support your child to do what they believe in, and help them to tap into their authenticity and their own greatness, and discover who they really are, instead of trying to guide them and say, hey, I know I just said guide them, but I mean, like, instead of trying to direct them in a specific way and say, this is where you should go, this is what you should do, this is what you should believe in, it's more about you understanding yourself and what you think is right for yourself.
Yeah.
I like that, man. It's
Yeah,
powerful
exactly.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
What are
it's
you laughing at?
no, I'm just laughing. It's just I'm happy to see you.
Yeah, man, I'm happy to see you too, bro. I love you, man. I appreciate you, and I can't wait to meet you again in person.
Yeah, same.
um, I know that time will come very soon. I'm most likely going to be in Europe next year, so
Okay.
hopefully you're free, and I'll come to Switzerland, or we'll meet somewhere, and we'll do some kung fu together,
And then we go drink a beautiful coffee at the
yeah,
beautiful
man.
place. Huh?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about, man. Absolutely.
Yes.
I love it. I love that, man. I want to sit somewhere in the cafe or somewhere where we're looking at the Swiss
you,
Alps.
you know what I want to do? I want to hug you and take your head like this,
Yeah, man. That's awesome. Sacha, it's been amazing to just hang out with you, man, and just chat. And, it's so, the conversation is always so easy going and flowing. And I'm sure that everybody who's watching and listening is also very inspired by you, and also can feel the natural energy that you project, that you are, just the natural positive energy and the positive outlook, and the hope and the mindset that you have of, like, stress and things that are difficult, and never giving up attitude. So let me just finish up with this. If you could give a piece of advice to anyone out there who is just maybe in a shit place right now, maybe they're in a shit relationship, maybe they're stressed at work, maybe they're not happy with their life, what would you say? What kind of, like, positive advice or motivation or inspiration would you give to someone who's just not happy with their life at the moment?
I would honestly, I would tell him, firstly to go out, like in a place where it's pretty quiet, just close his eyes and try to don't know how you say, like, if I don't know how to say in English the word, like,
What,
there's,
visualize?
yeah, visualize, like, don't run away from some, in life you always trying to, like, I have a minute of break, so I'm smoking a cigarette or I'm on my phone, but like, how to say, don't do all of this and try really to look inside of your body, what is happening, what of emotions do you have, and try to centralize them, you know what I mean, and like really focus, and don't be afraid of looking inside of you, and I think if you make the steps to don't be afraid to look what's happening actually in your stomach and what's actually happening in your body, then I think you can, get a lot from that, and a lot of ideas how to do the next steps,
Yeah, man. Connect to your body. Don't run away from
yeah.
it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Or sometimes my small brother, one day he had like an issue in school, and he couldn't sleep for like 2 weeks and all that. And I told him, he told me I'm crazy, but I told him, you know what, I would be happy to be in your position right now, because I had something to worry to work on in my on my body. You know what I mean? I had because I had a lot of time in my life, a lot of things I had to work on. But then when I was done to work on, I was searching new stuff to work on, you know. So when I saw my little brother like couldn't sleep, I was like, God, can you give me his problem so I can work for him, you know, because I love that, you know what I mean? Because for me, I have the key. My key is like I told you, I go out and I really look inside and not running away from it and try to find the best solution out of it.
Love that, man, because yeah, we do have this tendency to constantly want to escape life,
Yeah,
you know, by using drugs, sex,
yeah,
Netflix, oversleeping, overeating, emotional eating.
exactly.
Um, you know, we're always trying to run away from our problems, and yeah, taking the time to like be with your thoughts
Yeah,
and tune into like what is actually happening, and then make decisions to change it. That's it,
yeah,
you know. I always say, you know, you get what you tolerate, and what you're not changing, you're choosing. And if you don't change your current circumstance, or if you don't make a plan or have a vision or a goal or take action, nothing will change, you know. And it's
yeah,
like you're in your own way. It's like, get out of your own way, bro.
yeah. Yeah, if you want, I can give you a small example. I was so worried at the army one night because I had to perform like something in front of a lot of people, and so I was really stressed. So I couldn't sleep at night, like really bad. So I sit in my bed and close my eyes and I visualize what I'm actually scared of tomorrow. You know, I really asked that, and I was like, "Am I scared of the people looking at me? Am I scared because I'm not prepared enough? Am I scared because of these?" And then somehow because I decided to look what are the reason why I'm feeling like this, even though I didn't have the answer, it already went better like by 15%, you know. So afterwards I could sleep, you know, and the next day went really good, you know. So I just closed my eyes, like, you know what a mantra is? Mantra?
Mhm.
Yeah, just sing mantra, try to connect with yourself, and then afterwards you're always gonna feel better, you know.
Did you say you sing a mantra?
Yeah,
What is it?
the mantra I'm singing,
Yeah,
it's it goes like this: you.
that's it.
That's it. Yeah,
You, that's what you do.
exactly. It's like HU.
Hate you.
Yeah,
Who,
yeah,
and how long do you do it for?
I never have. I just close my eyes, and then after, when I feel really deeply connected, I stop, and then I'm in my own zone, you know. And what was funny, I was sitting like this in my bed, and a friend, because we're sleeping like 15 in a room, he wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to the toilet, and on the next day he came to me and he was like, "Yo, Sasha, how come you sleeping? You sleeping where you sit? How you sit? You know?" Because I was sitting,
Yeah,
he thought I was sleeping, but actually I was just meditating, you know.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
he was telling everybody I was sleeping by sitting. So I told him, I made a joke out of it. I told him, yeah, that's the Shaolin way.
Well,
Yeah,
it kind of is. I mean, you were
yeah,
meditating in the sun all the time, sitting in the courtyard in the middle of the temple. You know, that was pretty cool. But I
yeah,
love the chi, the energy of the sun, man. Powerful stuff. One more question.
yeah.
Obviously, I believe that, you know, self love is the secret to inner peace, success, living your best life, because the biggest and most important relationship in your life is the relationship with yourself. What are your thoughts on self love, and how important is that for you as a 22-year-old?
Yeah, self-love is so important, I think. Yeah, yeah. I always have examples, but I don't know how long I should talk about, but I can I try to make it short. We walked in the military over 100 kilometers. I don't know if you have kilometers in Australia too.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a lot, right? It's like,
Well, one
and we
mile is 1.6. 1 kilometer is
exactly.
1,000 meters. Yeah.
So it's already far. It's like 20 hours of walking with backpack and all that. And before that, the how you say the hospital, how you call the guy who's working in the hospital,
Doctor.
the doctor, yeah, he told me I shouldn't walk because I had a knee problem, you know. So, and I really wanted to do this because this was the end walking to get the officer's rank, you know. So
Yep.
even though I wasn't doing it, I still would have the officer's rank, but I really want to do it. So I told the doctor, you know what, I'm gonna try it. So he told me, okay, I'm gonna be there on every like on 40 kilometers, 80 kilometers. We have a post where he came and he's gonna look at my knee. So I walked the first 40 kilometers and I had so much pain that I took medicaments against pains, and he told me really to stop. It's not gonna have a good ending, you know. And so I decided to stop. So I went to my boss and I told him. And the second I went to him and I wanted to tell him I stop, I couldn't talk. Like I had no voice, you know. Like I don't know. Somehow I couldn't talk. So I said, okay, don't tell him. Just continue walking. And so we walked like for 20 hours. And at the end, I arrived, and all people were crying because they reached it. They finally finished those, because we did 10 days of surviving, and then we had this long walk, and everybody was so happy because they were done with this huge exercise. But I wasn't crying like at all. But afterwards, when I was sitting alone again in the sun and thinking about what happened to my body and all that, I started to cry for the love I have for my body, and how thankful I was to my body. That, and I'm at the same time I was sorry that I hurt him so much, you know, but I still push. So I was really thankful, and I sent a lot of love to my body. That's um, I know it wasn't easy for my body, but for my spirit, because it was really hard. You know, I was walking those 100 kilometers without bending my leg. I had really much pain. So we walked over 20 hours, and why I'm telling you that is because of self-love. And at that moment, I had so much self-love for me, and that's the reason why I was crying, because I took so much from my body, but somehow, because I managed it, I give it to my body back. And like all I needed to finish these 100 kilometers was all I was learning from day one in China to day 350. I don't know how many days I did in China, because I needed everything I learned in China to finish it, because it was so fucking hard mentally and physically, because I was walking on, you know, on sticks, you know, because I couldn't walk, you know. So that's why I think self-love is very important. Like if you do something or whatever, like really say thank you to your body and thank you to yourself. And that's, I think that's how you should always begin. So yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a really powerful man, for real. That's extraordinary, bro. Honestly, that's one of the most powerful stories and extraordinary things I've heard about someone who appreciates their own body and loves themselves, and the power of self-love. You know, once you understand it and you can connect with yourself, you're unstoppable.
Yeah, I was kissing my knee at the end. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, society doesn't teach us to feel connected with our body. We're always lost in everything else that's going on around the world, instead of being lost in our own selves. So, Sacha, man, that was so powerful. It's been just such a blessing, bro. Honestly, I feel so blessed to be in your presence and to be your friend and to have met you a couple of years ago. And I can't wait to meet you again soon. Please, bro, keep building that relationship with yourself and keep loving yourself more and keep taking more action and keep believing in yourself more and keep striving for more greatness, because there's still a lot more in you that you haven't discovered yet, which is the exciting part of life, of the self-discovery journey, of continuing to grow. But the beautiful thing is that you're constantly tapping into new levels of success and confidence and becoming a better version of yourself all the time. And this is why life becomes so fulfilling and so exciting, because you're always growing. You're not staying the same person as you were 2 years ago, you know? So you're an inspiration to me and to everyone who's listening, I'm sure. And what's your Instagram follow, like your Instagram profile? And I'll share it in the show notes, but like tell people where can they like follow you, because I'm sure there's some people are going to be like, I want to follow Sacha, where is he?
Yeah, where am I? Yeah, so my Instagram is WENK Sacha, SACHA. Venk
Awesome.
Sacha.
Awesome, guys. There you have it. There's a Shaolin Warrior Monk, Kung Fu Master, and soldier, officer of the Swiss Army. It's a blessing to spend some more time with you, Sacha. That was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to you, man.